Hello, hello, I'm CammyG, and welcome back to our Fortnite Save the World quest videos. So in Plankerton here we have the Ray.Read mission where we just have to complete a radar mission. So we had one in Venture but we didn't do it because it wasn't available yet, so we'll go ahead and get one done in Plankerton so I can show you my editing skills and a general, I guess, walkthrough for this quest. But it is a fairly simple quest. But obviously I can talk about some things about it as we go through and, you know, just the general sort of stuff. Alright, so I've loaded us into a private game here so that we don't have everyone else doing all the radars, so we can actually show, you know, the general idea of it. So we can go ahead and find the first one over here. So, as I said, there is stuff we can talk about while we do this. That ball just didn't want to take damage by that first shot. God, the animals in this game take so much to kill, don't they? But yeah, as I say, there's stuff we can talk about. So, first up, there are 5 radar to build across the map. And to complete the mission, you have to build 3 of them. Now, what's upsetting to me a little bit is that with this mission, you can't finish the mission early, like you can with encampment survivors. You know, I feel like they should allow the mission to finish early if you build all 5. Or alternatively, what I think they could do is increase the amount of radars to 7, and then if you build all 7, you complete the mission. I don't really see a reason to need it not to finish early, other than you can do it quite quickly compared to the other ones, and people might not be able to do their quests and stuff. You know, if they have a quest to pick up a certain item or something like that. Which, fair enough, but people can complete encampments and survivor missions very quickly if you have a good team. And as I say, I think they could just increase the amount of radars on the map from 5 to 7, or even more than 7. I think 7 would be good though. You know, if you have a full team of 4, that's about 2 each, which is going to take you a few minutes at the very least. So if someone needs to do a quest, they can go out and do that. But yeah, we've done the first one there, so obviously that one we needed us to build out of metal. Obviously when we get to the next one I can show, but when I did that one, you could see at the start that if I didn't have metal out, it gave me sort of a red outline. Which means, you know, you can't place the material down. Like if you try place it, it just doesn't let you. So you have to use the specific material that the quest for that specific radar asks you to. Now it will tell you on the right hand side of the screen if I go up to this one. Sometimes it is incorrect though, so we have to bear that in mind. So this one shows wood. Is it going to be? It is wood, it is correct this time. I'm probably not going to get an incorrect one now, just to mug me off, but it does sometimes mess up and show you the wrong material. But if I just kill this boar quick, because he's going to mess me up otherwise. So yeah, if I go ahead and build this preemptively to that, we can see that it allows me to place wood. If I go to this one, switch to brick, can't place it, I'm clicking R2, metal, can't place it. So if I go back to wood, and then also you may notice you can't just, you know, place a full wall down in the place and then afterwards edit to the right shape. You have to pre-edit. It's pretty much because they want to, you know, do a tutorial on how to edit builds. And the best way to do that generally is to edit it before you place it down, especially if you're going to be placing a lot of them. So I feel like that's, you know, the key point of the mission, which makes sense. It is weird that you still get it in the high areas because you can go to Twine, you know, 140, and you will get radar missions. And it's just an easier way to get rewards because, you know, you don't have to shoot any enemies. I mean, you will get some enemies try destroy your little build, bless them. But other than that, you don't have any issues with enemies, so it's really easy to do. So yeah, what we can do for this one is it's probably going to be quite a short video, but as you can see, we are super speedy with the edits, which I'm sure I'm not the only person that's good at editing on console. It's, you know, if you've played it for a few years, you get the hang of it pretty quickly. But it's a very good mission if you aren't good at editing stuff quick and you want to. Obviously, that's a bit more useful in Battle Royale. You don't tend to need to edit really quickly in Save the World. It is handy sometimes. I'm going to move away from that one because it is a big tower. We will try to find a smaller one just to make it a bit easier. But yeah, it's not as much of an issue in Save the World. And when it comes to sort of your endurance builds and storm shield defenses, it can become a lot easier to pre-edit stuff. So I think it's a good mission for everyone to, you know, take part in. Because, for example, when you're doing block-offs and we place a cone and then edit it to face a direction, what you can do is you can just pre-edit it, and then you can just place them down. You can also rotate it as well with R3 on console. Not sure what it would be on PC. Probably just whatever button you want, I suppose. Another thing to mention is I've been looking for this troll key for like the past 2 days. It's a side quest we have, which I know where the chest is in Canny, and it can spawn under like bridges in the lower areas. But I've been finding trolls, but they're not dropping the key, so I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if I need to be in a higher mission, or it's just RNG, in which case, as I said in my previous videos, I get absolutely stuffed when it comes to RNG. Yeah, I get really unlucky with that stuff, so I'm hoping it's not RNG, because otherwise we are going to get really annoyed. So, you know, for the time being... Ooh, this one's brick. That we've done one of each material now, then. It's quite a nice way to do it. So as I say, you only need to do 3 out of the 5 radars, which means you could just go around the map looking for the ones that need wood, for example. Just use up any spare wood you have, you know, if you want to save your metal and brick for the important missions where you have to build defenses and such. Or you can just go around doing whichever one you find first, or the smallest ones, because this one you can see at the top left requires 25 structures, whereas you can get ones that, I think there's one that costs like 19 or 21, and then there's some that go all the way up to like 41, the really big towers. So, you know, if you're not bothered about using your materials, or if you're working towards the achievement for placing loads of structures, you're probably not going to be too bothered about using up your structures. But it's something to look out for. You don't have to do the first one you come across. And as I say, this is quite bare bones tutorial. This is obviously a mission that, if you've played the game, you've done a lot, and is quite simple to grasp the concept of. So I appreciate, you know, if you are still here and you've done this mission 1,000 times, I really appreciate the support, because obviously you've stuck through it, which is really nice. Yeah, just trying to find some more trolls, really, because we've done the mission's requirements now. One thing to note as well is when you build these radars, they do have a specific function. So some reveal the location of survivors. So if you see on the map top right, you can see a light blue, sort of cyan coloured survivor symbol. That means there's a survivor over there, or a, you know, survivor's little shelter with no survivor in it, but it will lead to a survivor. And then we also can locate chests. So if you look, we have found it, so it has disappeared now. It's under the roof here. That'll just be a nice little chest symbol. And then you can also find sort of ore clumps. So that will look like a pickaxe symbol, and that will lead you to quartz, copper, silver, all the way up to, you know, sunbeam and bright core. It will show you ores like that. I don't think it shows. I don't think it shows like metal deposits and coal. Although if you've mined all of the sort of ores on the map already, it might do. I mean, if you've done that, like, GG, well played. Like, that's impressive to be able to find all of the ores on the map. But yeah, there's obviously 12 minutes left of this mission, and we have pretty much completed it. So I'm not going to fanny around and have, you know, 12 more minutes of me just running around looking for the troll. I'm going to record it when I do find the troll, because I want to, you know, use it as a tutorial sort of video. But as for this video, I will probably end it here then. And as we save this survivor, we can end the video and, yeah, move on to the next one, which looks like it's to fully explore a map, looking at the quest before we hopped in. So that should be quite an easy one. We can just choose whichever mission we like, whatever gives the best reward. You know, if there's a schematic we need. But I really appreciate you being here, sticking through the video. It is always much appreciated. If you can engage, that would be even more appreciated, but not necessary, so it's up to you. And yeah, I will hopefully see you in the next one of these Questline videos, or a tutorial video, or an endurance video. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.